So, remember the cardinals? They have definitely continued, even through the winter. No joke. And before we put the feeder, before we put the bird feeder in front of my window, they would come over to the bird feeder where it was way across the yard. I didn't see them there though. I saw them, just not there, and not really in my yard or at home. Sometimes the cardinals come by way of stickers or pictures or a coffee mug. For instance, my mom sent a mug with cardinals on it in one of my sort of dry spells, probably fall, winter, later on in the year after my daughter died. That mug is in my bathroom. You would think that would provide a way to see it, see a cardinal every day. I don't though. And I also bought a quite large, it's like that big, which, is not actually the size of my face. Anyway, it's quite large, ornament, cardinal ornament, and it's sitting on top of the cardinal mug in my bathroom because I wanted to see a cardinal daily, like if you choose to make it meaningful that this is your loved one visiting you, then of course you want to see it daily, right? So you would think I would, because it's in my bathroom. I use my bathroom many times a day. Nevertheless, I do not see it. And that's just like nasal sensitivity with the eyes. You get used to seeing what's there and you don't really see it. And that's totally okay. And it makes it like, oh, well, this is still really meaningful, the cardinal thing, because I really don't see them even though they're there. So when I actually see something, like one day I'd been feeling a little bit sad because I hadn't seen any cardinals, and the numbers, which I haven't talked about, hadn't really been happening. I hadn't been aware of any numbers, and I opened my computer, and my screensaver had never been before and has only been once since a cardinal in the middle of a pine tree loaded with snow. It was just gorgeous. And I just knew. I was sitting in my bed like I do to do my school, to my school. And there that cardinal was, male cardinal, and I just knew my daughter was with me, and I just cried a little bit harder than I am now. And I'm just so grateful for these moments when I know she's near. And I believe that we can all make deals with our loved ones and God, and that we can make agreements for things that we can recognize to be meaningful and represent certain things. Like, for instance, years before this whole thing with my daughter happened, I made a deal with God that I felt like God was trying to communicate to me that I was on the right path and I was doing the right things when I saw a butterfly across my path. Now, it didn't have to literally cross the whole path. It could just be floating in front of me or whatever. And that continues to be meaningful in that same way for me. And then dragonflies are you're doing the right thing, like even more encouragement, because they both are metamorphosis insects, and dragonflies are extremely meaningful to me because initially it was butterflies that were deeply, during when I first started to wake up to what some really painful things that I was becoming aware of in my life. And then after a while it was dragonflies, because I feel like dragonflies are kind of the same thing. They're beautiful, they metamorphosize. Am I saying that wrong? They go through metamorphosis to become what they are as adults. And they, to me, are more fierce, and that's what I have needed, is like my spirit animal. Spirit bug. You can have a spirit animal and a spirit bug, right? um and so for me, dragonflies are fierce because, they hunt and capture their prey in mid-flight and eat while flying. I'm pretty sure, though not certain, so if you want to tell me I'm wrong, please feel free. And I would love to learn more about it. If you can share info on how to find how you want to refute me. I think they're the only insect that can ever like helicopter hover, which is just freaking cool, and fly backwards. I mean, multi-talented, right? So butterflies and dragonflies are God helping me know that I'm going in the right way for the plan that we made.